All right, so moving over to the NFL, we got the Week 16 recaps. I mean, Thursday we kicked things off. Well, I said we kicked the week off. Green Bay Packers versus the Cleveland Browns. Last night we ended it with the Miami Dolphins defeating the New Orleans Saints 20-3, which me and Jay still wondering what the Saints was trying to do at the quarterback position, but that's neither here nor there. Jay, what what stood out to you in between those two games?
Uh,
So hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't make the question clear enough. I'm sorry. So in between the Packers and Browns playing to start the week, and then last night we had Miami and New Orleans ending the week. In between that, what game
gotcha,
stood out to you?
gotcha. So I know I didn't have the Browns Packers game marked, but just because we got we for some reason I thought of it in the last segment. I don't know how you could watch that game and then just at the end of it conclude that like, oh yeah, Baker Mayfield, they need to lock him up. He's the future. Like this was highly terrible. Four interceptions, and there could have been more. Like there could have been five, maybe six. So I just and it's not like look, Nick Chubb, a very good offensive line, and I know they're dealing with injuries. I know Odell didn't like pan out there, but you get Landry back for this game. Peoples Jones is a pretty good receiver. He got good chemistry with Rashard Higgins for whatever that's worth. You got some tight ends. You pay Hooper a lot of money. Defensively, look, you got some guys. You got Miles Garrett. You got Denzel Ward. I don't think they're 100% healthy over there. But my point is, there's a lot of talent on this team, and it is ridiculous that they're 7-8 right now. There's just no way. Like you're in last place in the AFC
Right.
North, and look at that game. There's probably plenty of like occasions where you can look at them and say, "Oh man, that won't Baker Mayfield's fault." Well, this was Baker Mayfield's fault. You can't give the ball away that much and it not be your fault. So enough of that. Some quick hitters right here that I want to get to. This has been in the making for a while. Philadelphia's now 8-7. Jalen Hurts has had a heck of a year. I really like what they've done, and I gotta say, like, I thought Philadelphia was going to be a joke this year. I really did. All the way up, it started with like Nick Sirianni coming in and tried to tell us that he had two starting quarterbacks and Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts, and that like, right there, like, I hate when people get at the microphone and just say stupid stuff, and that was stupid. But look, Philadelphia has performed well above expectations in my mind, and Nick Sirianni he's done well, and I think when he adjusted his offensive scheme to being more run centric and doing things that Jalen Hurts does well, I think that's been a that has served them very well. So I wanted to compliment Nick Sirianni because I was down on the Eagles beginning of the year. They deserve a lot of credit. Moving on, we got look, man. Look, I got three teams down here at the bottom of the barrel, and they got a bunch of coal in the stocking for Christmas because they terrible. Denver, get Vic Fangio out of here. It's over. This guy just ain't it. Look, you gave him a head coaching opportunity after 50 years coaching defense or whatever it is. This guy, he just don't seem to have it as a head coach. When I talk about game management, talking about managing timeouts, challenges, all these things that head coaches do, he don't have it. I wouldn't mind in the least if Denver brought him back to coach defense. I don't think you can do that. You can't demote a guy from head coach to defensive coordinator, but he clearly knows how to coach defense. But as a head coach, it ain't it. Oh, by the way, Pat Shermer, your offense coordinator, he don't ever need to call. He don't need never let this man call plays for an NFL team ever again. Both of them, please get out of town. And then look, Dallas beating up on Washington 56-14. You cannot be known as the football team and put on that type of performance. You just can't. So you need to find yourself a name. I know you've been waiting. Look, your lack of a name has spanned almost the pandemic. So get a name, get one quick, fast, in a hurry. And if you can't get one in the next 6 days, Dan Snyder needs to be just ran out of the city and ran out of the league. That is a complete and utter joke. I am convinced if Ron Rivera wasn't coaching that team, they would have about 2 wins at this point, and somehow they got 6 because they're awful. And then look, speaking of awful, did you watch Monday Night Football last night? And if you did, you would have saw something that was not an NFL quarterback, and that would be Ian Book. I don't know what. Look, that's the type of thing. Look, Sean Payton, please explain to us what you saw in Ian Book in college at Notre Dame that made you believe, oh man, this dude's worth a shot in the dark. We'll draft him and we'll, get him in here and get it going. No, Miami embarrassed him last night all the way up to the point where Ian Book, the last play of the game, this dude rolls all the way out to the right. He stops. He just stops just short of like being out of bounds as he did multiple times last night. And he just throws the ball to the other team. That was I know it's Miami. I know they're hot. But God, that was just a despicable display of quarterback play. I've seen enough of Ian Book. Closing on up. Next chapter.
First of all, I mean, I agree with you for the most part. But I just wanted to be known that Ian Book is a college football playoff quarterback at Notre Dame. I just want to throw that out there. And I think he was drafted in like the 5th round or something. Either way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's part of those Notre Dame teams that make a playoff and then just that's the end of the story. Yeah.
Listen, they say you got to put him in the same groups with the Tours and the Mac Jones and the Kyler Murrays and the Baker Mayfields. All these guys that make it to the playoffs. They all the same, they say. Either way, on to more pressing matters here. I'm gonna start out with the Colts and the Cardinals. Here's the deal. When we started this season, right, and we was talking about teams that we thought was going to win their division and teams we thought was going to do good. And one of the teams we thought that was going to go and shake it up in the AFC this year was going to be the Indianapolis Colts. We felt like with Carson Wentz coming over, hooking back up with his main man, Frank Reich, they was going to get that settled because we already knew what the defense was going to do. We already knew what the offensive line was going to look like. Wide receiver core leave a little to be desired, but there's some guys there. I'm not gonna sit here and like they, Jacksonville or something, but it's, So as we talked about that, right, and then the coach started playing, and then they wasn't looking that hot, and then you had Carson Wentz kind of up and down, and and I remember being like, yo, is this my luck that Carson Wentz come into a ready-made team? He come into the stove-top dressing over here, and he can't make a meal? We not going to be able to make a meal? Fast forward to now, the Colts looking more like the team I thought they was going to be. I think they looking more like the team that we all thought at the beginning of the year. A team that should represent the AFC South, a team that should be, somewhat of a contender. I mean, listen, it's a lot going on there with the Colts. They just got to get it together. I think in the past couple of weeks they have gotten together. Now, the reason this specific game got my attention is because Arizona is a team, for the most part, that we feel like going to make some noise in the NFC once they get their run defense fixed. But, by the way, their run defense was a lot better when Jones came back. I just thought. But, with that said, I looked at that game last night and I said, well, let me see what you got, Indianapolis. They came out. I thought they played a pretty good game. And in the beginning of it, the Cardinals kind of made it look like it was gonna be a long night for the Colts. But they fought. Defense kept them in the game. I thought they kind of got Kyler Murray to make some bonehead mistakes. I thought in that game, and they ended up with the win. But I got to give a shout out to the Colts, man, because they started off rough. They was kind of like the Chiefs. Started off, we didn't know what we was going to get. And then all of a sudden, they start getting their feet underneath them. The second game I like to talk about is the Buffalo Bills. They defeated the New England Patriots 33-21. Listen, I think we both thought that when they played the second installment of this game, the Bills was going to win because we felt like, well, you specifically felt like the weather was a big deal in the first game. Me personally, I just felt like for young quarterbacks, when they get to play a good team at a certain time, they get away with a lot of things. But if that team see you again, they will wear you out and figure it out. And I just think Buffalo kind of figured them out. He didn't look like the same Mac Jones we got in game one. So I
don't think someone wants to hear this right now. But we gotta give it to him, man. You gotta tell it like it is, man.
So that's true. That's very true. He did. But I don't. I'm gonna be real, man. I ain't just saying this because Stone in the chat, but I don't think. I mean, it is what it is. I think the Bills needed to win this game for their sake, and I don't think it does anything as far as the Patriots go. I think the Patriots still control their own destiny, and I think at the end of the day, the Bills really needed this win because I was starting to wonder about these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I was about to start wondering. So I was glad that they got that. And then the next game, Tampa Bay Bucks defeated the Carolina Panthers 32-6. Listen, I'm gonna be quite honest. I was damn surprised to see this result. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just didn't think Antonio Brown and Gronk would be enough. I didn't think Ronald Jones and the other running back name eludes me, but Keyshawn Vaughn, there we go. I just didn't think them dudes was gonna do enough in the backfield, and I thought Tom Brady was gonna struggle. To be honest with you, whew, boy, was I wrong. I mean, Carolina right now, they are a little soup kitchen sandwich right now. They out here looking real Salvation Army like. They can go ahead and pack it up. This, you know what I'm saying? Make-A-Wish Foundation, I got a wish. Let's go ahead and pack Carolina on up. Let's go and get them up out of here. That's the wish I got. Because if they ain't even going to try, which they don't seem like they trying all that much, then, let's go and get them off TV. We ain't got time for a three-headed monster when two of the three heads, are you kidding me right now? Like, this whole Cam Newton and P.J. Walker and Sam Darnold thing, I got Sam Darnold and Cam Newton. I got those two. One was a starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, and you brought another one in to be a starting quarterback. I got it. Where the hell do P.J. Walker fit into all this? What are we doing? Where the hell do he fit in at? But, whatever, it is what it is. I just want to shine a little light on that game because I was very surprised that the Tampa Bay Buck came through and really whomped them like that with all the things they got going on within their own team. I was very surprised to see that. But like you said, they're a soup sandwich. The Chiefs still doing AFC crowning things as they went up there and just smacked up the Steelers right quick. You know what I'm saying? No, they had to get back and enjoy their lunch because that's how fast that was. They went and smacked them up and got up on out of there. But, yeah, man, those was the 3 games and a half, I say. 3 games and a half that I seen and my highlights of the NFL weekend.